In the previous videos, you learned a lot of different types of properties, both for addition and for multiplication. In this video, you will learn about the distributive property, which is another property of multiplication. So how this works is you can distribute a number outside of parentheses to every term inside of parentheses. So in math notation, you would have a times parentheses b plus c. That is the same thing as ab plus ac. We take the a on the outside and then distribute it or multiply it to the b. So now we have a times b, or ab, and then multiply it by the c to get a times c, or ac. And then you keep the plus sign in the middle. So with actual numbers, if we had 4 times parentheses 10 plus 7, I can distribute the 4 to get 4 times 10 over here, and then plus 4 times 7. So I can distribute the 4 to both the 10 and then to the 7. And then I can multiply 4 times 10 to get 40, and then 4 times 7 to get 28. My answer is going to be 68, which would be what you have if you did not distribute. You would have 4 times 17, which would also be 68. So the distributive property does work, and this is especially useful for mental math calculations. For example, if you had 4 times 32, you can break apart the 32 as 30 and then plus 2. So I can think of this as 4 times 30 plus 2. So to do this in your head, you can simply take the 4 times the 30 plus 4 times the 2. So 4 times 30 is 120, 4 times 2 is 8, so 120 plus 8 would be 128. Here are a few examples where you are to distribute the following. Here we have negative 4 times parentheses 20 plus 6. So I can distribute by taking the negative 4, this whole thing, and then multiply it by the 20. So that would give me negative 4 times 20, and then plus negative 4 times the 6. So negative 4 times 20 is negative 80, and then negative 4 times 6 is a negative 24. So now we need to know how to add the two negative numbers together. The signs are the same, so I can simply add the 80 and 24 to get 104, and then keep the sign, which is negative. So my solution is negative 104. Next, we have 3 times parentheses 15 plus 7. So to distribute, I begin with 3 times the 15, which would be 45, and then 3 times 7, which is 21. So we have 45, keep the plus sign, and then 21. And then 45 plus 21 would equal 66. Next, we're going to throw in a couple of variables. So we do the same thing. We take the 5, multiply it by the a. That would give me 5 times a, or 5a. And then keep the minus sign. 5 times b is 5 times b, or 5b. So 5a minus 5b would be my solution. Next, we have negative 4 minus x times negative 5. This one is a little different because we have the negative 5 over here on the right side instead of the left side. And also the negatives are going to make things a little more complicated. But if you wanted, you could think of the negative 5 as being on the left side. You don't have to write it like this, but you can if you like. So we have negative 5 times negative 4 minus x. So to distribute, I take the negative 5, multiply it by negative 4 first. So a negative times a negative gives me a positive, and then 5 times 4 would give me 20. And then I distribute the negative 5 with the negative x. So a negative 5 times a negative x would give me a positive number. Negative times negative is positive. And then we have 5 times x, which would be 5x. So my answer would be 20 plus 5x.